We understand that our fundamental responsibility is the academic preparation of our children. But we also understand that ultimately their success in life is going to be dependent upon a lot of other things, like how well they understand themselves, how well they relate to others, and their ability to be educated around issues such as integrity, self-discipline, respect, responsibility.
Character education is a program that is teaching students to be good people. It's helping them to be good people in their words and their actions.
Albert, you said it made you feel happy when I let you play soccer with me last week.
Character has to be taught. You have to take the time to let the students know what respect is and what it looks like and what it sounds like and how they can show it. And reflect on times that they've shown it so that it can be internalized and become part of them.
So we all know that teachers today have, quite a lot on their plate, quite a lot of responsibilities, new curriculum, new testing, and if they see character education, they may feel like, oh no, it's another subject that I have to incorporate into my already, overstuffed day. And what they need to realize is that it's not a subject to be taught. It's a culture that you create. It's something that's infused into our lives here. It's infused in the cafeteria, out on the playground, when they come in the morning. It's just a part of our lives here. Okay, now we'll move on to the next part of our meeting, and Nathaniel, you are in charge now. Take it away. Okay.
Now we're going to share experiences from class within the last 2 weeks, positive and negative. Okay, we're going to start from Mallory.
In a high-profile study, business leaders identified people skills as being more important than knowledge-related skills in the workplace. Smart schools are intentionally building these skills in students. Students practice being understanding of others, taking responsibility for their actions, and solving problems with their peers.
So it kind of made me upset, and I asked him why, and he said, I don't know, and I don't care. So,
Does anyone have a solution? Albert?
I think he should talk to that person, more seriously.
A lot of people like class meetings, and I like class meetings especially because when I have a problem, I can get that person in the middle of the circle and tell them how I feel. Because when you tell them how you feel, it's like pure mediation because you can actually communicate with them and you can solve your problem.
Okay, who'd like to go first?
I'll go first. I get mad and I stand up and I tell him to stop tapping my shoulder, and I called him some names. And the teacher, he heard us and then he sent us to the mediation room.
So basically you were taking this important test in class and you started tapping on the shoulder, and after a while it really started to annoy you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how did you feel when this happened?
Well, I felt mad a lot because he was like making me miss the test, and I was also a little scared.
What's your side of the story?
I was sitting there doing my test, and I didn't understand the question, so I started tapping Katrina, and then
we had a high suspension rate for fighting. And in the past 5 years, just because of character education, our suspension rate has dropped tremendously. It's amazing what it's done.
It's like a win-win situation with mediation. I mean, kids are talking to kids, they're solving their problems, and they don't feel apprehensive. And peer mediation is it's a wonderful project. If it wasn't in the school, I don't know what would happen to the school.
I feel like I'm here instead of metal detectors.
Developing caring and respectful behavior in students is not only important to workplace preparedness and school safety, it also increases students' bonding to school and their desire to lead by example.
We pair 75 seniors with 75 freshmen for a year-long mentoring program. And the seniors also play a leadership role in our character education efforts. We have a freshman ethics seminar that they teach to the entire freshman class that first week of school. And we have a senior ethics seminar that prepares them for the adult ethical dilemmas in the workplace. And we bring community members in, and the seniors play a role as table leaders in that program. And by focusing on some of these ethical issues and these core values, we think it improves behavior.
I think the difference that this makes in their lives is they have these positive role models so that they can integrate these values for lifelong skills so that when they get into the workforce, they can then possibly mentor somewhere else. So when they become seniors, the freshmen, they can then act as role models for other students to come in.
I thought it was neat to have someone there that wanted to help me out whenever I had my problems when I was a freshman. And then before she graduated, I told her that I want to become a senior mentor for a freshman because I like helping out others.
Students learn best when they feel connected to their school. And creating a school that has a climate of caring and feeling safe and feeling a part of it brings out the positive academics in the students, because they're not worried about who's going to tease me today or not having someone to play with on the playground, because they feel cared for and they feel a part of the school.
I would like to thank you for showing caring when you help me walk around the school every day. You deserve this.
Schools can extend this proactive approach to the academic curriculum by infusing it into the way students learn. Cooperative learning strategies provide students with opportunities for putting positive character traits into action.
Literature circles offer a great opportunity for character development. For example, they have to respect each other in order to be able to speak in the literature circles. Also, they have to use a great deal of self-discipline and not interrupting each other. Students must develop their own discussion, questions, and or topics, and it gives them a sense of I matter, what I have to say matters.
Teachers can also help students build character by addressing ethical issues in the academic content of the curriculum.
Something before. He doesn't seem to brag about it for our town, and it's an icon.
Teaching ethics or ethical issues, if you can even describe it that way. The reason why it's important is because it's there and central and critical no matter what you do. Even if you made an effort to avoid the ethical or the moral dilemmas, you are reading the Odyssey in my class, you are reading Of Mice and Men, you are reading The Old Man and the Sea, and you are absolutely surrounded by those issues.
You are in groups of 4 and 5, so I want you to take a copy of the citations that are in the text, and then you will be discussing if they were fair or if they were not fair.
It's important for them to get peer feedback to find out what each of them wants to say about fairness and unfairness, and it's important for them to hear each other's views. They can talk about history, whether things were fair or unfair in the past, and they can relate it to situations that they have on the playground or at lunch.
To America to have freedom, but after that 7 years you would have nothing but freedom. But we couldn't do what we wanted. We came to America for freedom, and we wouldn't get all the freedom we wanted. They agreed to it. Yeah, but if you had time.
We all know that children learn at different paces, in different times, and in different ways. And if a climate of respect is formed through character education, you're setting a climate for success. We have found that our children really care about their performance. They care about their work. They're worried, they're intense about doing the right thing. I just don't see academics succeeding without character education.
Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education." By creating caring school communities, promoting ethical leadership in students and staff, and enriching academic learning with character-building skills and content, schools across the country are making this goal a reality.
Self-discipline means having control of your actions, because if nobody had control of their self, then it would just be, everything would just be out of control. When people respect me, that means that they always, they listen to me when I'm trying to tell them something, and when I give them something, they respect it. If